Watch this, please. Just watch this.
It's one by Nigeria-based human rights NGO International Society for Civil Liberties and the Rule of Law Inter-Society found that there's an average of more than 30 Christians in Nigeria being killed every single day. More than 7,000 Christians have been killed in Nigeria this year.
Just this morning, a top veterinary doctor that lives in Abuja is the capital, the FCT capital of Nigeria, was kidnapped. He was not kidnapped today. He was kidnapped earlier with his children. And this morning, report comes in that they have killed him. They have fired him. And they still hold the 3 children. Probably they need more money before they will be able to release them.
Hi darlings, and welcome back to another interesting, intriguing, and most importantly very expository episode on here on the stable of Civic Inspirations. Guys, it's been raining thunder, lightning and brimstone all this while based on what is up and trending, particularly that has to do with the self-acclaimed Igbo king, leader, call it whatsoever he calls himself, because the last time I checked he told a very big fat lie from the pit of hell that he's no leader, but literally all I see is someone who speaks and screams kingship. Maybe to some of his followers, sub-chiefs, who actually buy into this his gullible, dirty and criminally minded attitude and behavior that has really sprouted up a lot of anxiety, anger, pain and disappointment from Ghanaians, which has actually led to all the back and forth of him suing down to giving the ultimatum to leave the country. In fact, it's a whole lot and it's endless. And as a result of this, I've come with some videos that really open our eyes, because one big question that I always get in the comment is, well, why are the Nigerians in all these countries always finding it very difficult to go back home? That has been the elephant in the room, and I want to address it. And this will be coming from my sister, Ghana Observer, and some other meaningful Nigerians, yes, who have come to break the camel's back with this exposition. But before I go on to say anything, give my impulse opinion, I need us to take a look at some of these videos by some foreign bodies, personalities who have exposed a lot that has to do with what is currently happening in Nigeria, the genocide in Nigeria, the insecurity, the crisis, in fact, the man's inhumanity to man when it comes to Nigeria, which we will at the end of the day find out, are this the main reason why you see that no matter what happens, when you say Nigeria must go, they are always crying, wailing and screaming, saying, no, don't send us back home. But still on that, the level of their criminality is nothing to reckon with in Ghana, South Africa and all these countries. So a lot is about to be unraveled, exposed in this episode. Are you ready? I am ready. And once again, courtesy to Neighbor Electricity for gracing your timeline, looking at you eyeball to eyeball, as we always do. Like this video for my sake, share it for more people to see, and most importantly, stay subscribed if you like it on here. And let's delve into this video.
It's one by Nigeria-based human rights NGO International Society for Civil Liberties and the Rule of Law Inter-Society found that there's an average of more than 30 Christians in Nigeria being killed every single day. More than 7,000 Christians have been killed in Nigeria this year. Yet Nigeria has pushed back against reports such as those. Its Ministry of Foreign Affairs saying earlier that this year that there's plenty of misinformation and misleading reports regarding the supposed targeted killings of Christians. Can I get your response to that?
Yeah, the government speaking nonsense and hoping the world doesn't pay attention. Nigeria today is an epicenter of Christian martyrdom. Since the year 2000, more than 60,000 Christians have been murdered by Islamist groups like Boko Haram, heavily armed Fulani militia. Our organisation's 2023 report I mentioned places Nigeria firmly in the red category, meaning it's persecution, it's not just discrimination. You know, what makes Nigeria unique is that Christians are not even a tiny minority. They make up almost half the population, 100 million people, yet they live as if they're second-class citizens, especially in the north. The Nigerian government's failed to take any meaningful action to prevent attacks, and the violence is relentless. In Benue State alone, one diocese recorded 93 villages attacked, 330 farmers killed in just a year. This past June, a couple months ago, another attack in Benue. A gunman raided a town, killed 100 people, forced 4,000 to leave. And it's not just killings, Gabriella. We're speaking of abductions, burned villages, destruction of churches, millions forced into camps where they lack even the basics. And every single day, Nigerian Christians wake up to the fresh news of kidnappings or attacks. It's not sporadic, it's systematic, it's targeted, it's gone on for decades with little accountability.
Absolutely horrific. Can you talk to us about how the aid to the Church in Need supports the suffering, oppressed and persecuted Christians?
Yeah, sure. Look, for 80 years, the work of ACN has been to keep the faith alive, as we say, in those places where it's under greatest assault through persecution, oppression, poverty. We're not a humanitarian or a development agency. We're what's called a pastoral agency. Our work is to sustain the faith directly. So we build, or in the case of Africa, rebuild churches often, sustain poor nuns, priests, provide them with means of transport. In all, we undertake about 6,000 projects a year, completely funded by, in our case, Catholics around the world, no funding from church or state. But the work we do for the suffering churches, we call it, inspires and brings back life to us. I think our founder used to say they're being tested in faith and we're being tested in love. And the resilience of the Nigerian church, to just keep on that, is incredible. The daily threats, the priests and sisters traveling to remote villages at risk of their lives. We have had to do things that no spiritual trade ever thought it would do. We built high fences around seminaries. We provide enclosed vehicles. We fund trauma healing. So this persecution, from what we see, it deepens faith. And the church in Nigeria is young and vibrant. Attendance is high. And the blood of the martyrs remains the seed of Christians, the same in Nigeria as it has been. Right.
So this video is not meant to chase clout or anything. It is just that sometimes we need to speak the truth. A cleaner in the UK is, as it stands right now, is absolutely better than a medical doctor in Nigeria, than someone that is a consultant in Nigeria. And I want you to test my words so that you can swallow my thought. And if it is too nasty, you can throw that back at me. But the truth is that the point I'm going to analyze in this video goes beyond money. Now, let us keep money aside. Because anytime we want to talk about this analysis, we talk about money and we say, don't convert pounds to naira. You are spending money in pounds. You are not spending money in naira. You are peace of mind, depression, things like that. We use that as a basic argument. I'm not going to be talking about money. Keep that money aside. Now, let us talk about fundamental issues. That is real issues that we need to think about. The first one I need us to talk about is just this morning, a top veterinary doctor that lives in Abuja. Abuja is the capital, the FCT capital of Nigeria, was kidnapped. He was not kidnapped today. He was kidnapped earlier with his children. And this morning, report comes in that they have killed him. They have pied him. And they still hold the 3 children. Probably they need more money before they will be able to release them. So they have killed him. They have pied that doctor and he is gone. Now, when we talk about things like this, people will tell you that there is nowhere that there is no insecurity. There is insecurity in the UK. There is knife stabbing in the UK. There is gun this thing in the US. How many people, 1,000 people die out of gun violence in the US. Statistically, it is easier for you to die in Nigeria than to die anywhere else in the world, abroad. Because if you check the life expectancy of a man in Nigeria is 40 years. I be 35 years, a woman 40 years. It means that on average, somebody that is my age, 35 years, is supposed to have been dead in Nigeria. On average, the life expectancy of Nigeria is going down. If nobody say kidnappers buy you, armed robbers go buy you. If nobody armed robbers buy you, hunger go buy you. If nobody hunger buy you, your community people go use juju buy you. If nobody that one buy you, your neighbors where they jealous you go buy you. Accident out of bad road go buy you. There are so many things that can buy you. That is why the life expectancy is low. Compare that to the life expectancy of someone living in Canada or Australia. You see that the life expectancy is high. So now that doctor, if that doctor is here in the UK, the veterinary doctor, the chances of him dying from the knife stabbing that the people in Nigeria will bring, I don't even, since I've been here in the UK, I never see person where they stab. But let us agree with the knife stabbing. The chances of that person dying from that knife stabbing is lower than the chances of dying in Nigeria. Now, I have a friend. This friend, I call him Ebon. He was a top manager with Glo when I was there in Nasarawa State. He was a top manager. This man built a house in Danka, where I live in Lafia, where my farm is, where my own personal house is. He built a house in the community, in that same community. He know this 3 months where he celebrates, say he entered the house. What happened? Kidnappers came to his house, and through the window, he saw them with gun. They told him to come and open the door. The door was even closed at that time, open. They didn't know that it was open. So they told him to come and open it. So he quickly rushed, came as if he was opening the door, and locked the door and went in. Then fired into his sitting room. He lied down. Because of the fire that they fired in, the villagers heard, and when they saw the villagers coming, they ran away. But they told him something. They told him that we are coming back to buy you. We are coming back for you. What did the man do? The man have to leave his job in Glo. This Globacom, you know, he left Lafia, he left the house. I don't know whether he has sold the house. He relocated from Lafia, he ran away. A top manager with Glo. That an idiot can just say, we are coming back for you, and that's it. His career in the company gone. Maybe you have to go and relocate to another side, or have to accept a lower rate, or to resign altogether. Now, that is a top manager. My Oga, Francis Opanachi, He is a PhD holder in New Zealand, and he's on his. He made a point. He said something. Is it yesterday? He said that his friend that lives in Imo, he's a top manager in a company. What happened? They kidnapped the friend. This is a friend that anytime you tell him to Japa, he will tell you he can never leave Nigeria. Nigeria is too sweet to believe. Now the friend is now in Australia. The friend sold everything, resigned from his job because they kidnapped him and he have to pay ransom. And you know when they kidnap you, your life will never remain the same. Trust me, I know. You will always be thinking about it. So now the friend have to relocate. And he said he called him and the friend is already in Australia with his family. His life is worth more than that. When we normally talk about kidnapping, we'll be talking about people that live in Nasarawa, people that live in the bush like me. But look at it now. We are not talking about people that live in the bush. We are also talking about people now that are living in the city. Abuja is a city. In Lafia, in Nasarawa State, I talk about it because this is where I live. First-hand information where I stay. I have this distributor in Nasarawa. Go and fast check me. I call the name of the places so that people that know this thing can go and see. This is a video that the whole world can see. So what I'm telling you are things that you can go and fact check. This guy is a distributor of Coca-Cola in Nasarawa. What happened? These people, they came and kidnapped him. And since they kidnapped him, he have to leave Nasarawa. The last time I spoke with my guy in Nasarawa, he told me when I was in Lafayette before I left for the UK, he told me that the guy now don't have anything strong doing. The guy have to leave the distributorship, have to leave the business he know about, have to leave the town that he have lived for so many years, and he have to relocate to another side. Now the money and the small thing he have, finish. He have to pay ransom with all those money. Small thing he have, finish. He have to pay ransom with all those money. Now ask me about that my Oga. That my Oga that told me about the guy, he is dead. 2 months after I left the UK, I had a sad news that he's dead. What happened? They came to his house. If he has a pharmaceutical shop, he finished from his pharmacy, he was to enter house, they were in his gate. And the next thing is they assassinated him there, right there, and killed him. Dead. Now that my Oga, God rest his soul, he normally tell me that these people sometimes we call him for him to drop money for them. That was how he has been surviving the town. Like sometimes they will call him, go and drop 300,000 naira, so please. If not, we'll come to your house. Go. I'm telling you the truth. I cannot lie with someone that have died. He told me that was how he was surviving in the country. That was how he was surviving in the town. Okay, let's forget about him that is dead. I'm in the UK here. In Akwanga is a town in Nasarawa State. There are some distributors that deal with fast-moving consumable goods. That is all these Pepsi, Coca-Cola, La Casera, all those goods. They are distributors. He never reached 1 month where they kidnapped 2 of them. 2 of the major dealers that are there. And they have to pay ransom. I didn't follow up on the story, whether they buy them or whether they release them. No matter whether they were released or whether they were buyed, the truth is that they have caused them a whole lot of trauma on their head. Now, this is Nasarawa State. Let me come back to Abuja. A journalist studied law in the UK. Finished studying law in the UK, she decided to go back to Nigeria in order to go and do law school. She finished law school, probably because of the attention she was getting as someone that schooled in the UK. She decided to stay. She decided that Nigeria is the best place for her to learn her voice. After all, in a village whereby everybody is blind, someone with a 1 eye will become a king. So she felt that it is better for her to stay there and learn her voice. She started an NGO. Not only that, she got employed by Arise TV. What happened? Probably she had a problem with when she was schooling here, all those low-hanging jobs, like care job, like cleaning job, like all those type of security job, all those small jobs you have to do in order to survive at first. She felt she had something better. So she got a job with Arise and she was doing well. What happened? Few days before she died in August, she wrote a tweet. I pray that Nigeria do not happen to me. But at the end of the day, Nigeria still happened to her and she died. Robbers came to their house. In fact, police are happy to tell us that the robbers were, is it police or eyewitness? We are saying that allegedly that the robbers were telling her not to jump, not to jump. Somebody that have already seen that they buy the security man. And you are telling her not to jump. How? She jumped and then she died. This is not a video to say we are discouraging people. We are talking about the life of a cleaner and the life of a doctor. Look at a video that is circulating all over. That what do you call it? The governor, in Enugu State, they gave the people quick notice to vacate, that they are going to demolish the building. The people did not vacate. And on that day, they brought bulldozer and they started to destroy the house. People were still in the house. You can see in the video that people are still falling down from the house, falling down. Now look at the video, you will see that the driver can see that people are in the house. People are shouting, people are even laughing. People are falling down, dying. But the man that is destroying the house continues to do that. Can this thing happen here? If somebody now go and do something and go and catch an innocent person because of that one hostage that the person have inside the house, they are not going to fire him. They are going to find a negotiation in order to save that one life. Now, that money that we kept aside in the beginning of this video, let's go and bring the money back. Let us talk about the money of a doctor in Nigeria and a cleaner in the UK. A cleaner in the UK can comfortably save 1 million naira, 500 pounds at the end of the month if you know what he's doing as a single person working full-time in the UK. A single doctor working in Nigeria cannot save 100 million naira at the end of the month. Oh, sorry. He cannot earn 1 million naira at the end of the month. So let us even leave the other and bring the money in. This thing is becoming a very serious problem. Some of us, like me, that is building physically in Nigeria, building farm, building my pork and things, have businesses that I'm building in Nigeria, with the hope that I'm going to return to Nigeria in order to continue them. Is there hope for me? Is there hope that I should ever return to Nigeria to do those businesses? We are here, we are faced with a whole lot of problems that our head is not down. Every day we are faced with immigration problem, we are faced with so many issues. At the end of the day, we cannot even, our life is at stake back at home. We are now living like animals that have to come out from their cave and look left, look right, whether another animal is targeting to kill them before the animals will go out for their daily life. And when they are going out on their daily life, they are walking and looking like this. They are walking and looking like this. This is what we have reduced ourselves to in Nigeria.
I borrowed 300,000 naira. I need to pay.
What they are doing, the next thing to happen is to get what Buzia did to happen again in Ghana. They want to say Nigeria should go. Right. Nigeria should go. Oh, talent. Oh, talent. Oh, talent.
Folks, you see how this person, who clearly illustrates that a big head does not equate to having good sense nor intelligence, just gave himself away? Hasn't he been disturbing we Ghanaians' peace that he's Ghanaian, I'm Ghanaian, blah, blah, blah. Why is he using the pronoun we? I know illiteracy is rampant amongst them. Yeah, the company he keeps no. However, we, that means you are part of Nigerians. You are going to retaliate against whom? Ghanaians, go ahead, we dare you. Bring our Ghanaians back home and all of you leave and leave us in peace. We treasure peace more than your chaotic lives, more than your divisive lives. So go ahead with your empty threats that lead nowhere. You have some nerve. This charlatan, con artist, imposter, who just revealed that he's actually a Nigerian and not Ghanaian, as we've been suspecting and saying all along.
Oh, talent. Oh, talent.
And his 419 employer, who just filed a bogus lawsuit in an attempt to silence people by exposing the truth about him. Yeah, not going to work. I always say they're going to implode. Their own actions and words will cause them to destroy themselves. Their own words will convict them. Their own actions will convict them. The audacity, nerve, temerity, chutzpah that you guys think you can come to Ghana and do and get away with, when in your Nigeria, you cannot get away with an iota of it. So here's the bogus lawsuit filed by the 419 man who used to call himself king, riddled with lies, embellishments, and truths, and amounts of money that he can only dream of, but that he thinks he can take advantage of Dr. Ayariga, who is actually standing up for Ghanaians. That's what they fear. They fear that a leader is actually standing up for Ghanaians. Unlike some of these spineless ones, visionless ones, they want those people in control because then they can't even stand up to them that retail belongs to Ghanaians. That's how spineless our so-called leaders are. So they fear that Dr. Ayariga has voiced his support for Ghanaian citizens, that Ghanaian citizens will be first on their own land. Anyone with a modicum of sense would support that, instead of enabling a 419 person who came and conned you or took pictures with you, shook your hands, pretended to be king, and you swallowed it, hook, line, sinker. You guys enabled him to be the 419 that he is. A person who can barely string two coherent sentences together in English. English is not a language, yes, noted. Unless his doctorate is in Igbo language, then he can be excused. Calling himself a doctor, ambassador, His Royal Majesty, and he was able to con you all. Of course, you'll be scared of someone who wants to stand up for Ghanaians, because most of you don't. You are in for yourselves. And Ghanaians are saying enough is enough. So let's delve into this, whatever he calls it, because it's going nowhere. It's just going to expose him more. Igbo 419 leader in Ghana sues Hassan Ayariga for defamation. And this was written by Isaac Yeboah on October 3rd, which was yesterday. The leader of the Igbo community, which is disputable because he's been rejected by some. The 419 man who used to call himself king has dragged Ghanaian politician and founder of the All People's Congress, APC, Hassan Ayariga, to the High Court of Justice in Accra. The suit, filed on October 1st, 2025, stems from alleged defamatory statements made by Dr. Ayariga during an interview on the Frontline show on MyCTV, Ghana, on July 19, 2025, which was widely streamed across social media platforms. According to the 419 man who used to call himself king, who is also a businessman. Yeah, right. Yeah. No more Yam Festival to con those quote-unquote business investors, who has resided in Ghana for 3 decades, is seeking damages over claims that impugn It's integrity and reputation. Hey, folks, you can't make this up. You cannot make this up. I thought, according to have a large head, but with barely any sense nor brain, claimed it was all packaging and branding. According to him, you were never a businessman. You were never a king. It was all packaging and branding. Or is it because he spoke mostly in a local dialect, so you don't know what he said behind your back? You're going to find out. You are. Yeah. He says you're made up. You're not real. You fake. It's all packaging and branding. So bring it on. We dare you to continue disturbing our peace on our land. We dare you. You have some nerve. The specific words attributed to Dr. Ayariga include allegations that the plaintiff is a scammer and a big problem for some Nigerian boys in Ghana. But remember, in the video, Dr. Ayariga prefaced these statements by saying he had received calls from disgruntled, disenchanted, and disillusioned Nigerian Yahoo boys who claimed that they had to pay this 419 man who used to prance around like a king. That's where these comments came from. They were the ones who revealed these secrets to Dr. Ayariga.
Introducing the Luxa Home Smarts.
They were the ones who revealed these secrets to Dr. Ayariga. Remember, he's not a king. He's now trying to get us to believe that Eze means king. And yeah, it was the misapprehension of Ghanaians. We didn't understand that Eze means king. Like, why would you call yourself your royal highness? You're fooling yourself. You're going to continue exposing yourself and imploding. And it involves money laundering. Do you understand what money laundering means? Providing accounts for illicit funds. For those that don't have Ghana card, have you ever been a conduit? Have you ever used your Ghanaian account? Yeah. If you've used it, that's money laundering, in case you don't understand. Again, according to those Yahoo boys who called Dr. Ayariga, he is involved in money laundering, which I just explained, providing accounts for illicit funds. And that, again, is because they don't have their Ghana cards. So he provides the accounts, according to them, for them to access their funds. But sometimes he hijacks their monies. So he takes part of it. He's involved in human trafficking and operates a prostitution ring. That's according to those who spoke, who called Dr. Ayariga to reveal these things. Those people will come for it. I know a lot of them, but Ghanaians will provide protection for them to be able to say their piece. We don't want this type of racketeering in our space. So appropriate protection will be provided for them so that they can face you in court since you brought yourself.
Watch this, please. Just watch this.
What they are doing now, they chase Nigeria away from this place. They want to bring the text people in this place. You can see the first video we showed you where the caterpillar was taking the chase. Look at the crowd that we are seeing here today. They are saying they are not chasing the foreigners away. What is the difference? Look at the thousands of people, millions of people stranded, and they want to put the text people in this place. Tell us, where do we go?
Go home. Go home. Go back to Nigeria. How can someone be asking a dumbass question? Where do you go? Go home. Tell us, where do you go? Go home. Tell them, go home. You see, that's why I love South Africans. I've told Ghanaians, borrow something from South Africans. Anyways, Ghanaians say there are people that give very long ropes, but when they ought to act, they act. So I'm truly praying every single day and waiting every single time for the day Ghanaians would actually come out and act. People don't get it. There is this spring, there's this water of joy that springs inside of me when I see Nigerians being victimized. You don't get it. You will never get it. You see, righteousness is not in just abstaining from immorality. Righteousness is not just in abstaining from, wickedness. Righteousness is also in taking pleasure that wickedness is frustrated, that wicked acts are abortive, that wicked minds are barriered, that wicked people are destroyed. I'm not talking about sinful people. There is a difference between a sinful man and a wicked man. A sinful man is a person suffering from the absence of righteousness in himself. He's suffering. So he is the victim. A sinful man is a victim based on his absence from righteousness. But a wicked man is an oppressor. He oppresses people. He is bonded. He oppresses people. That is his act of unrighteousness. He pours wickedness on people. He victimizes people. That is the difference between wickedness and sin. That is the difference between evil and sin. So righteousness entails that you must show pleasure naturally. There is pleasure. There is pleasure. Elijah said, call your gods. Maybe he's sleeping. Elijah mocked them. You show pleasure in the destruction and decimation of wickedness, of wicked people. Possibly, you would assume the position to destroy them. You would be the hand of God. It gives me so much pleasure when I see. Let me tell you, Nigerians are actually at their best when they are victimized. Nigerians are actually upright when they are victimized. It is in the state of victimization and oppression that Nigerians do the right thing. Thank you, South Africans.
interesting. You see, the guy that actually did expose quite a lot first, let me start with him. He's someone that when the heat of the Nigeria-Moscow was up, he was actually on it. He even made a comment, even Ghana. Well, this is the same person that actually has come out to expose all this in-depth insecurity, evil, criminality, man's inhumanity to man in the country called Nigeria. And his last statement is, how will he go back home? But the point, according to my brother Chimdi has cited, is she must have to go back home. And that's why you see that South Africans and all these Western European, British countries, they don't even want to hear. That's your ugly, mentally deranged question of how do we go back home? How can we go back home? Why should we go back home? But when it comes to Ghana, I don't know why Nigerians feel the need to raise up their ugly heads, open their wild mouth to question the actions and inactions of Ghanaians in their country, to the point of gaslighting them, manipulating them, and still asking them, why should we go back home? And when you look at this self-acclaimed, arrogant, criminally minded man called Chukwudi Ihenetu, you will still ask the same question. Why is it so difficult for him to go back home? But still at that, he would not even come down from his high horse. Because I know the masquerade that is beating drums for him is definitely doing a good job that will land him back home to his father's land. Because, I always repeat, there's no room for lawless, arrogant, and criminally minded people as him and his cohorts. As a Ghanaian, any foreigner, any country citizen, you will not understand what it means. When you see this kind of actions, criminal activities of Nigerians being exported to Ghana, South Africa, and all these countries, in Africa, let's be streamlined, you will not understand what it means until you experience it. I shared here recently the incident that happened to a friend of mine. And as I speak to you, I don't think she will ever recover from that trauma. That's an indelible pain, trauma that you will never forget till you leave this world. This is how terrible, evil Nigerians have become today themselves. That I don't come out here most of the time to speak out, express my pain, what I go through in reality on a daily basis, does not mean that we don't live most of the time in fears. You have the money, no matter how little it is, you need to pipe low, live in disguise so that you don't become a target or a prey for these animals. But you see that these Nigerians run out of their country and go to countries as Ghana and other African countries, South Africa, and they grow the wings, the audacity, the boldness to begin to make noise, show themselves when you know you have no place to call home. I just needed to come here and expose these things so that you guys can understand. At least this is not coming from my mouth. You saw the one of the genocide happening to Christians. Christians being unalived on a daily basis in Nigeria, as exposed by this newsline. And as well, other details that has been happening in Nigeria. Most times the news will not want to show it because they always want to hide in hypocrisy, lies, and deceit, their own self. But it will never last for a long time. This said man you see was once on the case of Ghanaians, screaming, Ghana is chasing Nigeria. Look at Ghana. And when they come with all countries have their crime going on, I still ask, even the Ghanaians, South Africans, other African countries you claim are in Nigeria, how much of these crimes do they commit likened to that of Nigeria in all these countries? This has always been my question. And that's not to say of a truth, Ghanaians are sent. No country citizens are sent. There must always be room for crimes. And that's why Ghanaians are fighting through the help and the leadership, support of Honorable Dr. Ayarika to standing up to say enough, just like you've rightly heard. And you'll still see some gullible, hypocritical citizens defending the crimes of Nigerians and protecting them, giving wings and rights to all these recent movement activities, actions of these self-acclaimed fake leaders of the IGBO'S in Ghana and his likes. Really? I don't know. I keep saying that left with me alone. It's just 48 hours. I would have bundled this man back to where he comes from. If all the armed robbers, kidnappers, and whatever would take hold on him, get hold on him, let him go and face it. And that is why they are scared of going back home. That is the truth, the bitter truth, why Nigerians are scared of going back home. I'm not joking, I'm not kidding you. Do your due diligence on this research if you think I'm just coming here to say this. But no, go out there and lie low. Respect the laws of the land, the country, citizens. No, 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 that's not for Nigerians. I've never seen a people so horrible, so arrogant, so disrespectful as Nigerians, most of them. Yes, and that is why we are where we are today. But let's wait and see as the Lord takes his course, because it's not by suing, like you've rightly heard, he sued Honorable Dr. Yeriga. You've sued the entire Ghana. It's the audacity for me. It's the boldness for me. Who does that? Who does that? You're suing for what? You're suing for what? This man is a big joker and needs to be put in his place. And it's up to you, like you heard from my brother Chimdi, as Ghanaians, to do what is right based on what the law states. I will never say go against the law. Based on what the law states and what is obtainable for each and every one of you to do. I cannot cry more than the bereaved, because left with me, being in the position of leadership, I know what I'm capable of. I don't believe in talking too much or noise. I will take those actions and take it real quick for my peace of mind and sanity, because that's what is most important to me, my topmost priority, and that is what it should be for Ghana. So I stand with what the law states and stand against anyone that would rise up to disrupt the peace of the country Ghana or any country, because we are Africans. So you think you have the boldness, the audacity to flout the laws, and you think you go scot-free? Absolutely impossible. Ladies and gentlemen, a lot has been said here. It's an eye-opener and self-explanatory. That's why I brought it out here, so that we can take a look at it and share our thoughts in the comments based on all you've seen here. Let's know your thoughts. Well done to my sister, I'm a Ghana observer, whomever you are, as the face behind this brand. To Honorable Dr. Yariga and to every meaningful Ghanaian patriot who have been fighting and will always stand to fight to protect and defend the country they call their own. Because you have no other country than your country. Let the law take its course and let Nigerians go back home and fix all this insecurity. Are you leaving it for us? No, impossible. We must learn to face our reality rather than running away like cowards. And ladies and gentlemen, this is what we have for today. What are your thoughts, your opinion, your input, like I rightly said? Share them in the comments. If you like today's episode, for my own sake, please, I beg of you, courtesy of even gracing your timeline live and direct, like this video for me and stay subscribed if you like it on here. Thank you once again for watching, and I will always remain your host, Chivik Inspirations, aka Vibe with the Ambassador, aka Victoria Chinyere. Until then, I'm wishing you a very beautiful week out there. Do have a lovely day. I'll see you. Ciao, ciao.